Good morning, holy brothers! Thank you so much for joining us on our pathway to peace, inside the Garden of Peace. If you're following along, we are on page 78, and today's lesson is called Compassionately Cool. Here we go. Dun, 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 buckle up. The compassionate father. So the father is a role model for his children. We talked about last time, if we see when a wife is not acting a way that a husband would like, instead of smacking her in the face, right? You're supposed to be supporting her and kind to her. And when you show your children that you are the one in her corner, that is the lesson that they're going to learn, that not only is it just showing love to mommy, but when they grow up, they'll have that ingrained in their minds, God willing, how they should act to their spouses as well. His greatest influence on them is by personal example, by living what you are learning. It's not good to say, oh, I don't wake up on time, but you guys should wake up. You guys should go daven. You guys should go to Vasikin. It's a beautiful thing to do. But if they see their father sleeping in every day, what kind of message are you going to send to them? Actions speak much louder than words, to children especially. When the father demonstrates outstanding character traits, for example, he's cool, he's compassionate, he's purely patient, he is forthcomingly forgiving, he is holily humble, and the love of peace, the children will eat that up. They will absorb all that energy he's putting out, and God willing, they will follow suit in that direction. If those unfortunate homes where a husband opens his mouth and he yells or he threatens or he hits, God forbid, the children's souls will suffer inestimable damage. They cannot comprehend what kind of exponentially degrees they will take that and run with it in the wrong directions, God forbid. But on the other hand, when a mother is the one with the short fuse and she is off her rocker, the damage to the children is so much less. You can have a crazy mother, but a crazy father has so much more of a negative impact. He's the one who imparts that energy to the home and sets the tone. The children know that behind the shrill voice of a mother has a real whole heart. They always know, they love mommy. They come to try to cuddle with her in bed. They always run to her when she walks in the door. Father's great. He can play games to them. He can learn with them. But it's not the same as a mother's love, who they know, who gave birth to them, who nursed them. That is always connected to them in the core. But when a father does it, it's a little more distant than a mother. So when it happens to him, the children feel that so much stronger. The husband that elevates his wife to the first place, top priority in life, is an unbelievably compassionate father. A wife who feels that she's first place, the number one priority in her husband's eyes, and whose life is free of criticism and is not getting crushing comments to her, then becomes that calm, content mother that will rarely raise her voice against her children because she feels that warmth and hug all the time from her husband. She is lit up. She is energized. She is compassionate, cool, collected. A big, huge, super savings. Once again, we will see that a small investment on the part of the husband giving into his wife can become a huge, big savings in terms of time, in terms of effort, that restoring her trust after breaking down, after demolishing, would take so much more effort if you only do it right in the first place. Do you know how much you have to backtrack once you start to yell, once you start to argue, once you have a fight, and she's going to be mad for an hour, for a day, for a week, for a year? Women carry stuff with them like an elephant that never forgets. They bring up stuff in an argument from 40 years ago that you don't even know you did. Remember that you did in the first place. But these things get stuck inside of them, and they'll come out when they start to get mad at you. And they'll bring up stuff that has nothing to do with what's going on now. because those still affect them and they carry them with them unless you're able to unload their burdens and release them from that stress. So, in terms of restoring your trust, in terms of bringing back self-composure, that if he would have done otherwise, he could have saved himself all that trouble. Life tests in general and marital challenges in particular behoove a person to avoid instinctive reactions, that gut that you want to fly off the cuff with, which often are impulsive, and erroneous. The Yetzer Hara can rock you when you are not ready. If you're not living the lessons, it doesn't matter how many times you've learned the Sefer, how many books you have under your belt. In the moment, you will get destroyed if you're not ready for it. You can be good, but you can't be ready and great to knock him out when you are primed with that punch, ready with the hook. When a husband considers his wife before he thinks about himself, then he'll become a wonderful winner on two accounts. First of all, he's neutralizing the Yetzer Hara. Whatever acidity that it has, ready to burn through his core, he's got a base in his back pocket to make that pH level even at 7. He tries everything to upset the peace in the home. The Yetzer Hara is the biggest blessing we could ever have in our life. Because if you want big muscles, you want to look good, you got to go to the gym and lift heavy weights. Then you can shred your muscle tissues down to the core. And they will rebuild bigger and stronger than before because they want to stop the body from getting hurt. It's a protective mechanism that allows you to grow. If you don't have the stress, if you don't have the heavy weight, you will never be able to build those muscles. God blesses us for the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, to be ready to attack us at every front in order to build up our spiritual muscles, to make us better people, and to attain the tikkun we are put here for in this life. Don't wish you don't have a Yetzer Hara so you don't sin. You need to wish you have a Yetzer Hara. It's going to always be there before you wake up from Vasikin, ready to pound your head back into the pillow to make you not want to get out of bed when somebody comes to wake you up, when somebody calls you in the morning. Nah, I can sleep 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, 20 more minutes. You're giving into your body, your lustful desires, and putting that before God. When you wake up in the morning, what do you want to say? I want to sleep because that's what my Yetzer Hara wants, or I'm going to get up, put my bodily needs aside, and wake up at the first moment I can to daven to Hashem and say, you are more important than me. That's the message that you send when you daven Vasikin. My physical lusts, my body desires come after you, God. I want to make you the number one top priority, and I'm going to be full of zerizos. I'm going to be full of alacrity. I'm going to be full of zealousness. I'm going to run and wake up with energy to serve you, to show you how much I care about you, so that when I ask you for something, you're not going to say, no, I'll daven later. No, come to me in a month. Come to me in 5 years from now. God will be ready to answer you the moment you ask, when you open your mouth and do his podidus and say, Hashem, I desperately need something or want something. Please hear me. Please answer me. And if you wake up in the morning and serve God at the first moment possible, he's going to react to midah keneged midah the first moment you open your mouth. He's going to be ready with his hands open to give to you and want to make you happy as well. Secondly, if he gives his wife the feeling that she's first place priority, and that's the mentality she has by him doing what she wants and stopping from arguments, because you know what? Wife knows you have opinions. Your wife knows that you like certain things, that you like to hang out with the boys, or you like to go stay up at night, whatever it might be. So she will say, if you make me first priority in your life, I would love to do things that make you happy as well, because you try to make me happy all the time. You do this for me, I would love to do things back for you. And that alone will save him so much untold trials, untold tests, and untold tribulations and demonstrative difficulties. Each point of implementation requires so much prayer. Don't you dare think that you can wake up and when your wife goes ballistic on you, that you'll be able to hold back, that you'll be able to restrain and not make any comments and not say any bad words and not see what she did wrong 20,000 times over. When she told you in the first place, she doesn't want you doing that, but she's a crazy, total hypocrite. She's doing them all the time. Therefore, a husband would be best advised to at least devote a few minutes of your day in prayer to please ask God for help with your wife to make her feel like she is the absolute number one priority in your life. She's the central point of everything you do and the totality of all your love that you are giving. She should feel the warm embrace. She should feel the love. She should feel the affection, and she should feel the attention. Even if you're doing it, you want her to know it and feel deep down in her core and pray to God that that's the way she takes in what you're trying to put out. So, one more lesson for today, stepchildren. What happens? There are situations sometimes where husband's children are from a former marriage. They come to live with him. A husband often perceives every single remark, any type of slight criticism, or any little complaint that his wife makes about his children, that they're unfounded. They're not her kids. She resents them. She doesn't like them. They're not her kids. She didn't give birth to them. She couldn't give two hoots about them. That is a monstrative, massive mistake. Her grievance, I guarantee you, is not against these kids. They're innocent children. But against the fact that she thinks that in his eyes, his children that he brought in from another wife are more important than her, the wife that he's married to now. His actions show that he loves them more than he loves her. Therefore, she feels threatened. She feels insecure. She's always on edge, especially in the company of those children, because she feels that she's got to compete.
But it's true, though, to a certain degree.
It may be true.
So what do you want?
You may love the children, but you have to
Everybody loves their children in a sense more.
Absolutely. But you have
spouse.
a chiyuv, you have an obligation, you have a higher priority to make her number one over everything in life. Over your job, over your learning, over your kids. By making her first place and showing her an overabundance of love, it can once again save him from tons of huge headaches. He can stop his hole in his heart and the constant strife in his home. Yes, love your children tremendously. You give them so much of yourself. But don't ever, God forbid, do it at the expense of what your wife is going to feel. Always shower her. If she likes presents, then you buy her. If she loves flowers, buy them. If she doesn't, please don't dare ever do it. And if she loves compliments, like somebody told me yesterday, he doesn't understand. His wife always is dragging him out of it. She wants to hear how beautiful she is. She wants to hear how much she does around the house. And it's like she doesn't do anything. She sits on the couch all day. She's a lazy bum. She doesn't look beautiful. She barely puts on makeup. And she wants me to tell her she looks beautiful. How can I do that if she doesn't look beautiful? That's what he says to me. He's literally telling me yesterday.
But she should put on makeup, though.
Don't worry about your wife, what she's doing or not. Focus on yourself.
If she gains 100 pounds.
Focus on yourself. Yes. She can gain 1,000 pounds. She can be the biggest elephant in the planet.
So you're saying to lie, basically.
You need to find...
lie.
You need to find within her the good...
But you don't find her attractive.
Listen,
she's 100 pounds.
Find something you love about her. Maybe it's her eye color. You love her beautiful eyes. So say, honey, your eyes are gorgeous. I can't stop looking at them. They draw me in. Whatever it is, find something that you can really connect with to make it real. And then be sincere about something, and then carry that with you to everything else to the best of your ability. And with that, have an awesome, audaciously amazing rest of your day. Dun, 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 dun.